captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
I've been out working on doing two-a-days. Them cats unfamiliar. Who a day? He stuttered when he told me he lucky I had to hold me. Today I just Man, please. All about my bread. I like some ham and cheese. I promise y'all. I'm throwing some WD-40 on this chair today. I've been saying it for like 6 months now. Starting to get on my nerves. But anyway, Michigan State, baby. My Michigan State Spartans. They did it. They did it. For the first time in history, undefeated in December and January. 12-game winning streak. Last time they lost a game was in the Maui Invitational, November 26th to Memphis. And they're doing it in blowout fashion. Turkey dog whooping on them. 73-51 win over Minnesota last night. Minnesota. 16 first half points. First time these teams played, it was 90-72. I gave out the over yesterday. Or actually, Frank did. I let him on my show. And we gave it out. That over was a hell to the no. But the fanning. Man. Love Michigan State basketball. Love Tom Izzo. Love the greatness that is brewing right now in East Lansing. 11 games left in the season. It's the Big Ten, baby. You know they're going to fall and stumble at some point. About to hit the West Coast trip. Go to LA for 2 games against USC and UCLA. And then they're going to go up to Oregon before coming. Well, I guess they got Oregon at home. Excuse me. But man, hats off to Michigan State. 9-0 in Big Ten play. Season that movies are made of. Anyway, we got golf bets for you coming at you. WNBA trades, free agent signings. It's getting wild. What'd you say? I said it's getting wild. In the W, Brittany Griner signs with Atlanta. After only playing in Phoenix her whole career. Gonna be fun down there with Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray. 2 monsters. Now you got 3 monsters. Gonna be fun. Going to be fun. We'll talk everything in the W. Get you caught up there. Recap. Super Tuesday. It was a damn good one last night. Across the college hoops landscape. And of course, preview and bets for tonight. I'm going to be honest. There's about 8-9 games I want to bet. Narrowed it down to 5 of them things. My man Frank's got one for you that I absolutely love. Can't wait to get on in it. It's Captain by a hook with the red beard. Presented by StareDownSports.com. Stare Down Greatness. I'm Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs, going live on a fantastic Wednesday hump day. It's the 29th day of January. quickly, shameful ad. Check out staredownsports.com. I've already started. It's January. Breaking down the madness. An article form there. Deep, deep, deep dives. Doing one by one. That's why I started so early. Deep dives into each team. We're talking 700 to 1,000 words on these teams from sets they like to run, metrics, analytics, my personal projections. Where do I think they're going to exit the tournament? Just did West Virginia, first round exit. But I will look to back them, plus some points. You give me plus 8.5 on West Virginia first round. I'm all over that thing like white on rice. Before we get to the hardwood, let's talk some grass here on Captain by a hook. Golf, baby. Got two quick ones for you. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. We got the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am, baby. I'm going with my guy that I bet every week. If you know, you know. Give me Siwoo Kim, 100 to 1. That's right. 100 to 1. Like a few other names, but this is probably my least favorite event to bet in golf. Just a lot of wind coming off of that Pebble Beach. You never know who is going to be able to navigate it. And then I'm going to go my other guy. Almost won it last week. He was in the top 5. Excuse me. Maybe he's in the zone. Give me Sung Jae 25 to 1, plus 2,500 there. Those are the two guys I'm going with. Of course, if you look at the top of the bracket, you got your boy Scotty Scheffler at plus 500. And then it drops to 12 to 1 for Rory McIlroy and Colin Morikawa. There's a few names in here, though. Hideki Matsuyama, 22 to 1. Guys like Keith Mitchell, you can get at good prices. The Gala, fan favorite, he's 66 to 1. Excuse me. For some reason, Jordan Spieth, I feel like, usually does well in this tournament. He's all the way down there at 80 to 1. So you can really take some shots on some guys here. Like I said, the win, nobody really has a true advantage. Of course, Scotty Scheffler has just been on fire the last year or two, having a John Rahm-like run. Man, what happened to John Rahm, huh? Jonathan Ramathan. Been a while since he's been cooking. Give it to me, baby. Man, man, man. Cannot wait for tonight. Cannot wait. I got two bets I'm excited about. But anyway, before we get there, the W, baby. I want to talk some noise real quick for, I was about to say the boys, but for me and the girls. Huge trade Sunday. I'm talking WNBA on Captain by a hook. Jewel Lloyd, absolute assassin for Seattle last season. She got traded to the Las Vegas Aces, teaming up with Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, and the MVP, Asia Wilson. Jewel Lloyd goes to Vegas. Kelsey Plum from Vegas goes to Los Angeles. Seattle gets big girl, big man, big woman. They get the center. Lee Riori Yaru from the Sparks. Um, she still has to develop a little bit. She has great size, great game, great touch. Good pickup for Seattle. Also, a bunch of picks have been moved around. LA gave up their second overall pick to get Kelsey Plum. Don't really agree with it. Not mad at it. Don't really agree with it. You got Rakia Jackson, Cameron Brink, De'Erica Amby. Add some more youth. Even if it takes 2 or 3 seasons, that core can be good for the next decade. Of course, Kelsey Plum, one of my favorite players. Outstanding player. She's going to bring some veteran leadership. to the young guns you already got. Rakia Jackson probably going to have a breakout year, becoming a superstar this season in her second season. The only problem I have with this for the Aces, and Jewel Lloyd is great. I mean, fantastic. Up there with the top 3 or 4 guard and wing scorers in the game. That's not what the Aces needed. You already had Plum, Young, Gray. You had a lot of great wing scoring. What you needed was some size and defense to help Asia out. Asia is getting just absolutely, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, she's getting beat up down there, doing it all, protecting the rim, rebounding, and that's what she's built for. She's not complaining. But you don't have a 5 that's good enough to really put out there in crunch time situations. And we saw it last year. A lot of games y'all should have won that y'all didn't because of lack of size in defense. And as great as Jewel Lloyd is offensively, it's like putting more sugar in the Kool-Aid when it's already too sugary. What you need to do is throw some water in that thing, maybe put a little ice, let it melt. Need to get some size and some defense. I think the Aces, they didn't get better. They just took Kelsey Plum 17, 18 points a game. Sometimes she breaks out for 20, 30, even 40, and added Jewel Lloyd. What? Jewel Lloyd 17, 18, sometimes 20, 30, 40. Pretty much just traded the exact player for the exact player. He actually lost some size in the trade. Not that Kelsey Plum was great defensively. Jewel Lloyd isn't either. But I ain't mad at it. Do the damn thing. Still got a bunch of great names out there in the free agent market. However, Brittany Griner, maybe the biggest one of all, 11 seasons in Phoenix. She hit him with the Dobbs. She heads on out to Atlanta. ATL shouty. Originally from Houston, so she will fit right in the South. A lot of people thought she was going to go to Dallas because of her ties to Texas. But Brittany Griner joining Atlanta, forming a true big 3 there. That starting 5 looks nasty, Mike. Naz Hillman, I think, is going to have a breakout season. You already got Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, 2 excellent scorers on the wing. And now you got Griner, kind of that glue piece in the middle, help you on defense and rebounding for shit sure. Also, give it to her in the post. She can work it. And I know what you're thinking. So what are the Mercury going to do? Rumors Deanna Taurasi's going to retire. Brittany Griner just got the hell up on out of there. They just traded Natasha Cloud to Connecticut. What did they bring back? An MVP candidate, a walking triple-double, an enforcer. Alyssa Thomas headed to Phoenix in the trade for Natasha Cloud. Rumors are they're going to try and get DeWanna Bonner, the GOAT, back to Phoenix as well. They're building something in Phoenix, a new look Mercury. You still got Kalia Copper down there, and now you add Alyssa Thomas. 2 great pieces to build around. Let's see what happens there. If you ask me, go get Kelsey Mitchell or Satu Sabali. Just saying. Either one of those players forms a great big 3. 2 different styles, though. You get Sabali, you're playing high-low with Thomas and Sabali. I'm bullying teams. Absolutely bulldogging them. Grab Mitchell, and boom. You might have 2 of the best scoring guards in the nation with Kelsey Mitchell and Kalia Copper. But man, never been more exciting about the W. Again, still a ton of free agents out there looking to get picked up. Madam President from Seattle. Courtney Vandersloot's going to be a huge, underrated name. Absolute Steve Nash-like point guard. Great point guard in Vandersloot. Dewana Bonner, Brianna Jones. Again, Kelsey Mitchell, Satu Sabali, Gabby Williams. Even Brianna Stewart, who you got to admit, Brianna Stewart's probably going to stay with the Liberty. And maybe the Liberty adds somebody and get better. Who knows? Cannot wait to see what happens in the next week or two with the WNBA trade and free agent market. It's Captain by a Hook, baby, with the red beard. Let's recap what happened Tuesday. Super Tuesday in college hoops. The madness is real. 46 days. Oh, I'm counting them down until we get a bracket. And I'm just absolutely geeked. Couldn't be happier. Just can't wait. It's like a kid on Thanksgiving. Just, they're eating turkey. They got the stuffing, but they're like, man, I just know Christmas is coming. I'm loving what I'm watching. Cannot wait for championship week leading up to Selection Sunday. 46 days to Selection Sunday. That means we're about 38, 39, 40 days from championship week. Michigan State's got 11 games left, so I'm just assuming most teams got 11 or 12 games left in the season. However, let's start it off in Michigan State. I started the show off giving them their flowers, their roses. Tom Izzo, Hall of Fame coach, doing the damn thing. That thangarang. That thing. First in the Big Ten, 9-0 after obliterating Minnesota, 12 wins in a row, undefeated. That was actually their 13th win in a row. Undefeated. December and January. Last time they won 13 in a row, people tend to forget this. 2019, 2020, they went 13 in a row. They could have went undefeated December and January, lose to Purdue in the last game of January. However, they're the number one seed. They're going into the tournament as the number one seed. That was the year Tom Izzo would have got his second ring. You can't convince me otherwise. Cassius Winston, one of the greatest point guards this game's ever seen, he leads them to victory. That team was absolutely star-studded. One of the worst things COVID did was steal Michigan State's chance to win their second ring under Izzo. But Michigan State last night, 73-51. Atrocious win over Minnesota. Minnesota scored 16 points in the first half. I mean, that was the difference. They played well with them in the second half. 37-35 in the second half. But the first half, 36-16. The Wildcats of Kentucky, baby. Plus 10.5. I almost slapped the hell out of somebody yesterday. Disrespectful. No way in HE double hockey sticks should Tennessee be favored by 10.5 over Kentucky. Mad I didn't take the money line. Jumped on the 10.5 as soon as I saw it. 78-73, 5-point victory for Kentucky. In the second half, they just turned it on and never looked back. Tennessee, baby. Rick Barnes doing what Rick Barnes does. What's that? Oh, he sucks. Oh, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. Kentucky, baby. Huge win for them. Needed it more than ever. Marquette, I call them Quetta. They improved to 9-1 in Big East, still sitting at the top. St. John's also 9-1, right there with them. Maybe tomorrow I'll talk some Big East futures. Man, but Marquette 78-69 win over Butler. Marquette's 18-3 on the season. Again, St. John's also 18-3 on the season. Both of these teams. St. John's last night holds Georgetown to 41 points. 21 in the first, 20 in the second. 66, to 41 win for St. John's over Georgetown. Man, I told you yesterday that 4.5 looks delicious. Didn't bet it. Wish I did. St. John's, team to be reckoned with. Texas A&M 75-68 win over Oklahoma. That hook is a motherfucker, huh? I think this was 7.5, 8.5. Texas A&M wins by 7. Oklahoma keeping it close. Texas A&M is dangerous, man. 5-3 in the SEC is nothing to shake a stick at. I mean, the number 8 team in the nation is 4-4 in the SEC. In Tennessee, number 12 is 4-3 in Kentucky. Kansas, man, this game came down to the wire. The fans at Fog Allen Stadium were saying, "No, not again." Looks like UCF had a chance late. Didn't get it though. 91-87 win for Kansas. I want to say this real quick to Central Florida fans and kids all across America. Stop flopping. I guarantee you, you're down 3, 86-89. Of course, Kansas is going to foul. You go into your shooting motion, but instead of shooting the ball, you flop. Foul on the ground. If he shoots that, just regular shot, let me shoot this thing, he gets the 3, might even get a damn and 1 to win it. You never know. I mean, I've never been more mad at a kid flopping in my life. Literally, if you watch the playback, he's going into a shooting motion from half court, gets contact, and instead of shooting it, throws the ball out of bounds and goes. The refs call it on the floor. If he just continues to shoot it, even if he grabs his arm, whatever, the ball even goes towards the basket at all, he follows through, there's no way they don't give him the 3. But hey, I don't want to say anything bad about LeBron James, D Wade. They just made flopping too cool for me. I'm telling you, I guarantee you, if he just shoots that ball while he's getting fouled, it's 3 free throws. It might be tied up. Who knows what happens from there? But you throw the ball out of bounds and flail and flop like the refs ain't gonna give you that, bro. The refs are not gonna give you that. Even though it looked like he was shooting, he was in the shooting motion. He just abandoning it halfway through. Anyway, who gives a damn? Kansas 91-87. Louisville. They took on a tough Wake Forest team. Wake Forest is 7-3 ACC play. Man, 7-1 going into the weekend. Lose to Duke. Now you lose to Louisville. Louisville 9-1 in ACC play. Maybe one of the greatest coaching jobs we've ever seen. Pat Kelsey. I don't think Louisville's won 9 games in the last 5 years combined. And he has them at 9-1 in ACC play, 16-5 overall. I mean, it might be the greatest coaching performance I've ever seen in my life. It just goes to show you how trash the last regime is and how great Pat Kelsey is. Can't wait to see what he builds over there at Louisville. Might be looking at a great tenure, great coach, an era to remember for Louisville Cardinal basketball, especially. And I'm not, he's probably going to end up going to Arizona, but the kid Arenas, Gilbert Arenas' son, special. He's got Louisville on his top 5 list of colleges he's going to go to. They're definitely making a case. 9-1 in the ACC. Come on, Arenas. We might win this league with you. They beat Wake Forest 72-59. South Florida, they beat Rice 69-64. Providence 69-67 over Seton Hall. And Georgia, they continue. Not continue. South Carolina continues to blow games, lose games. South Carolina 0-8 now in SEC play. Georgia 71-60 victory over them, improves to 15-6 on the season, 3-5 in SEC play. Georgia's one of those teams. I don't expect them to be in the tournament, but they definitely might win the NIT. They're one of those teams. They'll be a great team in the NIT. I mean, they might, they get in the tournament, probably lose round 1, round 2. but I love them at home. They are a great team at home. Great story. Gets the fans going. St. Bonnie's finally bouncing back. They turkey dog whoop Dayton. Next time I say bet Dayton, please slap the hell out of me. Slap me so hard my glasses end up like this. I can't even do it. The hat ends up off. That's how hard I want you to slap me. If I ever tell you to bet Dayton again. I mean, slap the hell out. I want my ears ringing. I want to remember that shit. Yeah, oh, every time for the rest of my life, Dayton. Oh, it's flashback to getting slapped. St. Bonnie's, baby, 75 to 53 win over Dayton. Arizona State, Colorado, man. Heartbreaking what's happening up there. 0-9 now in Big 12 play. Uh, had a little hope this season to be decent. 70 to 68 win for Arizona State. They hold on late. This game was back and forth. Pretty damn good game. I watched a few minutes of it. Arizona State, 12-8 now, 3-6 in Big 12 play. Some people has them on the bubble. I don't. I have them down there in the NIT with Georgia and UConn. I'm kidding about UConn. But anyway, 70 to 68. That win, Arizona State loses that game. They damn sure ain't hitting the tournament. That game at least keeps them in the bubble conversation. Baylor and North Carolina, two teams that needed a win last night. Both of them lost. Baylor loses in overtime to BYU 93 to 89 there. Absolute heartbreaking. BYU building their resume. Baylor, just a weird team this year. I talked about them yesterday. Veterans, though. You just got to feel like eventually all these veteran transfers are going to come together, find their footing, and go on a run. I'm waiting for it to happen. I mean, they're a great metrics team. I don't know. I feel like they can get in the tournament and still make a run to the Sweet 16. We got Scott Drew. You got Jeremy Roach. You got Omier from Miami. Boy, did he get out at the right time, huh? Anyway, Baylor losing in overtime to BYU 89 to 93. Needed that one. North Carolina, take your shirt off. Turn it into a white flag and give up on the season. North Carolina 65 to 73, losing to Pittsburgh. North Carolina, welcome to the NIT, baby. They're probably going to turn it down. They're too good for the NIT. That's what they did 2 seasons ago when they didn't make the tournament. Trash. Just because you're North Carolina, you don't mean you just going to be in the tournament, bro. Let the kids play some ball, put them in the NIT, and have some fun. Utah, the Utes. This was a damn good game. They beat Cincinnati. Cincinnati falling apart like a good brisket. 2-7 now in Big 12 play. Cincinnati was one of those teams I had high hopes for. One of my favorite programs, top 5 as a fan. My favorite programs. They're 4 or 5 on the list, right there with Notre Dame. It's Syracuse, Michigan State, Michigan. Who gives a hot ham? But I like Notre Dame and Cincinnati, and it's always been like that. However, 66 to 69, tough loss for Cincinnati. Good win for the Utes, I guess. They're 4-5 now in Big 12 play. Utah's a team nobody's looking at, but you should be. They might end up sneaking into this damn tournament some way or another. I'm going to start with Gonzaga in these 2 late games. Gonzaga finally covering, finally doing what they do. This looks like Gonzaga basketball. Damn near 50 points in each half, 98 points total, holding Oregon State to 30, holding them to 60. 98 to 60 win for Gonzaga, covering with ease. And then San Diego State. What the hell is going on with them? I say this as a joke, and I don't even like to joke about stuff like this, but I can't help myself. Is San Diego State really this bad? Or is there some point shaving going on? I'm joking. Been a lot of games this team's been favored by double digits, and they barely, and I mean barely, win it. They had the 1 point win in overtime against Air Force. And then last night against San Jose State at home, mind you. 71-68 win. Just feels a little fishy, if you will. Again, who am I? I haven't even watched these games. Maybe they just can't hit a shot. I don't know. I'm not saying they got to cover every game, but I mean, they barely winning these things. I should have never said it. I should have never said nothing. I should have never said nothing. It's Captain by a hook, man. With the red beard. Just because I bet on them and they lose don't mean nothing, right? Right? Just chalk that up to me being a salty better. I'm on Twitter, baby. I'm just talking. I'm just talking, baby. Can't hold my word to nothing. Who am I? I mean, who am I? Read between the lines. Anyway, let's preview today and get to the dang bets, the funky bets. The funky bets. The funky. I don't know. Having fun, baby. It's hump day. 46 days to the madness. Tomorrow will be 6 weeks away from the damn tournament. Oh, 7 weeks. I don't know. I'm lost. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been counting down to Selection Sunday and the first Thursday, so I don't know if it's 7. I think I skipped a week because I'm counting both. Anyway, let's preview tonight, baby. Captain by a hook. Loyola, Chicago. They're taking on George Mason. George Mason, hell of a team this season, laying 7.5. Loyola Chicago's getting healthy. They're bouncing back. I think they can cover the 7.5. I think this is going to be within 5 points either way it goes. But George Mason, absolutely a team to reckon with. They'll be in the tournament. They're laying 7.5 tonight. I couldn't be mad at you if you laid it, but I would take it. Rhode Island -4.5. They're taking on UMass, baby. Massachusetts. Man, Rhode Island was supposed to be a damn dog this season with Archie Miller. Turns out, puppy chow. 4.5. Man, I want to bet Rhode Island -4.5 so bad. If they win this game, though, it'll probably be by 3. They've been losing games they're supposed to win. They hardly cover if it's over 2.5. Just get Rhode Island the hell up out of my face. I just keep looking at these futures I got for them to win the conference. And I really just want the sportsbook to just take my money. No hope for them. I'm tired of watching them. Tired of looking. Y'all saw that? OBS disconnected, then reconnected. They heard me talking about San Diego State. I'm on to something. In the words of Titty Boy, I'll be fresh as hell when the feds watching. St. Joseph's, baby, -8.5 taking on Duquesne. I think Duquesne keeps it close. Give me the +8.5. Drake. Drake? Drake! We love the Drake. I don't like the Drake. We hate the Drake. Too many Drake references there. -8.5 taking on Northern Iowa. Had this in my bet slip. Ended up not betting it, but I might regret it. I like Drake minus the 8.5 tonight for shit sure. This is about the sweet number. The last like 4 games I've handicapped Drake. I got him. My number was -8, -8.5. So boom. I usually bet him -8.5. Honestly, don't know why I didn't. I saw a few other bets later that I liked a lot more and just took them off. But Drake -8.5 could be a 6th bet tonight. Don't forget it. Drake -8.5. This number's running. Houston was 6.5 when I woke up. They were 7.5 when the show started. They're now 8.5 point favorites on the road against a good West Virginia team. The only thing that scares me, well, there's a lot of things that scare me. Let me break down both sides. The only thing that scares me with West Virginia, offense, one side. They got one kid, Javon Small. You stop him, it's like cutting the head off of a snake. You ain't got to worry about nobody else. Houston, probably the best defensive team in the nation. They could probably stop one player. West Virginia, I'm not saying they're as good as Houston defensively, but shit. I mean, they're damn good. Uh, Let me see this real quick. I should have clicked the other one. I believe they're like ranked in the top 20 in defensive efficiency. So yeah, they're ranked 20th in defensive efficiency. They only allow 0.92 points per game. I want to bet Houston later points, but we've seen West Virginia beat good teams. The total here is 123. I don't think either one of these teams is getting out of the 50s, which means I think it's going to stay close. West Virginia's defense is top 20. Houston's defense, probably top 3. I haven't looked, but this game, if it's a blowout, it's 52-32. Ain't no way a team only scores 30 points, but they could. But I got both of these teams getting in the 50s. 8.5 is crazy. I think we're looking at a 58-52 type game. I think Houston wins comfortably, but I don't think they cover this 8.5, especially since the number moved from 6.5 to 8.5, especially since just 3-4 days ago, this Houston team was in the double overtime against Kansas. There's a effect from games like that. You come out the next game a little sluggish. West Virginia, they got a fighting chance tonight against Houston, even though Houston should probably blow them out. I think we're looking at both of these teams again in the 50s, 58-53 type game. It's going to be close down the stretch. West Virginia is also a great free throw shooting team, so they can cover this number just on free throws alone. I would take West Virginia plus the 8.5, but man, I'm staying away. Houston is a scurry team. Texas Tech, baby. They're laying 13.5 against TCU. The Horned Frogs. Texas Tech. Underrated team. I said earlier this week, we need to start talking about Texas Tech more. They got a number by their name this week. They're 22nd ranked in the nation. For good reason. On a 5-game winning streak as well. Minus 13.5, a little big for me to lay. I wish this was 8.5, 9.5. I do think they win by double digits. But man, you get into the teens, who knows? Who the hell knows? Nobody cares about none of those games. Virginia Tech and Florida State. If I had to, I'd take Florida State minus 11.5. And I also would take Virginia on the money line minus 102, taking on Miami, just because I think Miami's packed it in since Coach Larinaga left. North Texas, the mean green basketball playing machine, they're laying 4.5 against Wichita State. I love it. Love that 4.5 on North Texas. UConn, they're at home hosting DePaul. UConn minus 14.5 is a hell to the no. Give me UConn to win this thing by around 8, though. Do like UConn to win it, get back on track. But I think there's going to be a point in this game where we're saying, is DePaul about to upset UConn? Don't think they finish it. But I do think they'll threaten an upset down there in UConn, baby. Kansas State minus 7.5 against Oklahoma State. You can't do it. Kansas State is playing better ball as of late. They've won a few good games, but no way in HE double hockey sticks. I'm laying 7.5 on Kansas State. Woo! This line moved, and I absolutely love it. Sean Miller, though, staying away from betting against them. Creighton, hottest team in the nation. Absolutely love what I'm seeing from Creighton. Creighton is a team I think can be in the Final Four this year. We saw them get bounced in the Elite Eight 2 years ago by 1 point. We saw them, I think they went to overtime in the Sweet 16 against Tennessee. I think this is the year we see Creighton in the Final Four. They're laying 5.5 tonight against Xavier. Was 4.5. People are coming in and betting Creighton. I'm staying away. I think this is a 2 or 3 point game. Xavier They can play with some people. They got talent, and they got a great coach. Creighton minus 4.5, though, would be my bet. But I'm staying away happily. Rutgers taking on Northwestern. I'm sick and tired of betting Rutgers, but that's the bet I want to make in this game. Rutgers plus 6.5. Definitely think, I mean, they're not going to get blown out by Northwestern. It's going to be within 5. It's going to come down to the last shot. Plus 240 on Rutgers on the money line is actually a smart bet if you ask me. Rutgers is going to win this game. 88-87. They're going to win it by 1 or 2. Rutgers on the money line, but my hands are tied. I can't do it, bro. They just keep on keeping on. Keep on breaking my heart. But I do like Rutgers to win that thing. Plus 240 on the money line. Oh, the Mississippi. Chris Beard in the game. Minus 6.5 at home. I think that's a little big. Minus 4.5. I'm betting Ole Miss. Minus 6.5. I'm staying away. Texas can keep this thing close, but I do like Ole Miss at home to win it. A few more games for you before we get to the bets. Man, previewing the hell out of this day. A lot of great games, man. SMU taking on California. No way in hell I'm laying 11.5 with SMU, but I do like them to win at home. Nevada, you say Nevada, I say Nevada. They're taking on Boise State. Boise State at home minus 7.5. Think that's the right bet, but Nevada can keep it close and can threaten an upset. Speaking of Mount West basketball, baby, Utah State 18-2. They're taking on the running Rebels of Las Vegas. Utah State at home minus 10.5. Just think that's a little too big. UNLV, don't disrespect them. They might sneak their way into this tournament. Tonight is a big game for them if they could steal it on the road. Don't think they do. I think Utah State holds on to win, but I think it's going to be more like a 4 to 6, 7 point game than double digits. Utah State minus 10.5, way too big for me. Like I said, my number's around 4 in this game. I think UNLV keeps it close. If you're not watching college basketball tonight, I feel sorry for you. You're missing out. Let's get to these bets. Get the hell up on out of here. Captain, buy a hook. Presented by StareDownSports.com. Stare Down Greatness. I'm Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs. I'm going live here with you. I got 5 of them things. And one of these things just keeps running. And I love it. Get as big as you want. I'm going to bet you. Opened at like 420. It's now 475. I'm talking plus money, baby. Get to that in a second. Started off early in the Big Ten. Wisconsin plus 5.5 at Maryland. I like it. Maryland, one of those teams that's been taunting with me the last few games. They either win and don't cover, or they lose and don't cover, or they cover and I bet them not to. Anyway, Maryland, tired of playing with them. Give me Wisconsin, baby, to get right and get nice tonight. Wisconsin plus 5.5. Think they keep it close. I think there's a lot of dogs that can win tonight. Wisconsin is one of them. I'm gonna take the plus 5.5. I already told you I think Rutgers could win at plus 240. Got another plus money line. I'm a slam later. A lot of dogs, definitely a lot of dogs. I think can get right tonight. Wisconsin plus 5.5 against Maryland. Auburn, the Tigers, taking on the Tigers of LSU. Auburn's on the road, but I think they still turkey dog whoop them. Be a big spot for Auburn, just a test of will, really. You beat Tennessee on Saturday at home. Now you go on the road to Baton Rouge. Let me see what you can do tonight. Probably should stay away from this, but at 12.5, I like it. I think it should be closer to 16, 17.5. Give me Auburn minus 12.5 here on the road taking on LSU. some road favorites in the mix. Another game, late night, SEC, Mississippi State hosting Alabama. Flip it, pick it. Minus 110 each way on the money line. Give me Alabama to just outlast and bully Mississippi State tonight. Give me Alabama minus 110 on the money line. And then a game nobody should bet but me. The Orangemen taking on Stanford. Syracuse is plus 11 in the hook on the road. Stanford laying 11.5. Give me the money line. On the Orangemen, baby, plus 475. Syracuse money line. Believe it or not, I don't know. Boeheim ain't there no more. I can't stand them. Their new coach, Red Autry. But man, Syracuse money lines at plus 3,400. Been good to me over the years. Give me Syracuse plus 475 on the money line. Now for the best bet of the day, and I mean the best bet of the damn day. I need somebody, anybody, hit me with the horn. Franklin, Earl, Beardwinaton. But you can call me Frank, baby. The best bet of today. Try not to be too cocky. This might be my favorite bet I've seen all season. Knock on some damn wood. Santa Clara is at home tonight, hosting St. Mary's. St. Mary's. They do play Gonzaga this week. Maybe this is a look ahead spot. Saw it last night with North Carolina, looking ahead at Duke. But St. Mary's isn't North Carolina. St. Mary's is a dominant team this season. Give me St. Mary's laying only 3.5 on the road tonight against Santa Clara. This is going to be a double-digit win. St. Mary's is winning this game by at least 10 or more. At least 10 or more. Probably be closer to 20. Now that I've jinxed it 20 times, go ahead and bet it. St. Mary's minus 3.5. That's the best bet of the damn day from my man Franklin, Earl, Beard, Winneton. You can call him Frank. You can call me Frank. Man, beautiful show today. Didn't think it'd be this long, but man, when you got stuff to talk about, you got to talk about it. Let's recap these damn things before we get the hell up on out of here. Out of yonder. It's Captain by a Hook, baby, with the red beard. I'm Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs. Oh, yeah. Give me Wisconsin plus 5 and a hook taking on Maryland. Oh, yeah. Give me Auburn minus 12.5 taking on LSU. Oh, yeah. Give me Alabama on the money line minus 110 taking on Mississippi State. Oh, yeah. And then give me them dirty dogs. Syracuse, baby. Plus 475 on the money line taking on Stanford. That's right, Syracuse, the Orangemen. Plus 475 taking on Stanford. And then my man, Frank's best bet of the day, St. Mary's minus 3.5. Drum roll, please, and drop the damn mic. Well, I can't because it's connected, but you get it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love. And thank you for the support. It's Captain by a Hook with the red beard, presented by StareDownSports.com. Stare Down Greatness. I'm Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs, going live for you here on a beautiful 29th of January. It's a Wednesday. Hump Day! Please take all these wagers at your own risk, and please gamble responsibly.